Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Ryan from the Six. Ryan Fraser in the building. Boxing Talk up north. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna talk about Inoue, man. I'm gonna break it down. I know everybody's been in the uproar because of Eddie Hearn and what he had to say about taking Inoue out of the pound for pound comment. The pound for pound list. Um, I don't agree with that. I'm not that radical. But what I will say is, yeah, anyway, got to do some things, man. He got to do some things to show us what's really going on because you know we're really gonna, man, we're just not gonna sit here and call anyway a duck. But actually, I am gonna call him a duck. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. He's ducking MJ. If the fight was ordered and he doesn't want to fight, then yeah, he's ducking MJ. But what I will say is, I don't think that I just don't think that it's one of those times, man. I don't. Sorry about that. Sorry about the visual there. I had to change something up. Hopefully it's all good now. But when you come on in, man, make sure you smash that like button like Ann Wolf.
Did not really fight her.
Oh, big right hand. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
Yes, sir. And like I always say, man, show some love to the chat. Show some love to the support to the channel. Like, subscribe, share, whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah.
But yo, let's get into it, man. Let's talk about Inoue. Shout out to Inoue, man. Here are a couple super fights for him. Obviously, my guy Bam Rodriguez would be one of those super fights. Should Inoue do what Eddie Hearn says and he got to fight better competition, Bam Rodriguez would fit the bill. But Bam Rodriguez would have to move up 2 weight classes in order to do that. I don't know if he's ready to do that. I don't even know if he wants to do that. Therefore, I think the Bam Rodriguez fight is far away. It's probably not a good solution right now for what we want from Inoue or what Eddie Hearn wants. I don't even think MJ fits the bill, but you know what I will say? Bam Rodriguez versus Inoue would be a super fight. Whether you put it in Japan, put it in Vegas. I don't know how we do in Vegas. Probably in Japan, but Riyadh season for sure. Another Inoue super fight, which is closer, way closer, and probably more realistic, is Nick Ball. Shout out to Nick Ball. Turki Al-Sheikh put this fight on his list, and his list is quickly being done. I don't know if y'all paying attention, but a lot of fights on Turki Al-Sheikh's list outside of Anthony Joshua and Fury. That's probably the one that's not going to happen because Tyson Fury said he's retiring. So I mean, if he's doing that, then AJ gonna fight somebody else. But Nick Ball and Inoue is rumored for December. But I mean, if Inoue want to speed that process up and move up, after Nick Ball's next fight, maybe they can do it sooner than later. And I think that's up to Inoue. He's the A side. I know Nick Ball came out yesterday and said that he's the A side in the Inoue fight because he's the champion, but that's not true, man. Nick Ball, you don't have the same draw power as Inoue. You're not on the pound for pound list, man. So how could you be the A side? So I know Frank Warren's over there putting something in your ear, Nick Ball, but just keep it 100 with us all, brother. You know that when you go to that fight, you'll probably be Turki Al-Sheikh, and as long as the stipulations aren't crazy, just take that fight, bro. Just take that fight because you're gonna get paid well, extremely well, to fight Inoue. And if you can knock off Inoue, Nick Ball, which I think you can do, I'm one of the few people that think Nick Ball can beat Inoue. That's life changing because there's gonna be a rematch clause. He can get 2 bags, and maybe the second time around, Nick Ball, you will control the purse bid. You'll get 60, and Inoue will get 40, just like the Usyk and Fury situation. Or else you going with Inoue. So Eddie Hearn says Inoue should be dropped out of the pound for pound list because he hasn't fought MJ Akadaliov for the WBA mandatory, which has been ordered 3 times. Eddie Hearn, you're talking to the wrong person. I mean, we're all gonna do something unless we get stripped. It's the same as Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? The IBF actually strips people. they've been stripping people before, so Canelo said, "I'm gonna drop the belt before I get stripped." All the WBA has to do is go tell Inoue he's being stripped this date, first bit, whatever. Just mark a date, and it get to that date, you got to strip him. The problem is they've been putting these dates in, and then he has these fights, and they're approving these fights. Obviously, they're approving the fights because if you check the fights, they're all undisputed defenses. So the WBA is approving these fights, and then Eddie Hearn's over here crying about it. Well, you crying to the wrong person, bro. You need to go cry to the sanctioning bodies because they're not doing their job. Inoue is gonna do what you guys allow him to do. So if the sanctioning bodies allowing him to fight these other people, which they have to sign off on, then yeah, MJ's just being put in the back seat. And for Inoue and Canelo, and Fury and a few AJ probably, that's how it is, man. It's just a popular thing. It's not a hate thing towards anybody. MJ does deserve his chance, but it's just a popular thing. That's all it is, man. I don't look at it like a situation of, oh man, they're not gonna fight MJ because they're scared of him. Nah, it's not even like that. They're gonna get away with what they can get away with. And I think the walls are closing in on Inoue. He's gonna have to fight somebody big. Shout out to him for being active, but it matters who you fight, bro. It really matters. I don't care what nobody says. So let's get into it with the Mando. The WBA mandatory is MJ. I don't know if that fight's gonna happen, man. I just feel like Inoue is probably gonna leave the division, especially with all the heat he's getting lately. Why not go get Bruce Shushu Carrington? Get that name under your belt. He still looks very green. He hasn't fought nobody of level of Inoue. So you can probably go to America, Las Vegas, headline with Shushu, and get that win and introduce yourself to 126. Now, as far as the 126 champions, I don't think that Inoue beats them all. Like I said, I think Nick Ball beats Inoue, but I also think Espinoza beats Inoue, and I think Angelo Leo gives him a really tough fight. So I don't think Inoue can just move up to 26 and dominate. If he does, shout out to him. But I definitely don't think that's in the realm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not hating on Inoue. I'm just saying I don't think he's got what it takes in a sense of moving that far up, because I feel like he's moved up 4 or 5 weight classes already, and I understand it's only 3 pounds between it, but it's still a lot of weight classes, still a lot of ground to cover, and he's 2-time undisputed. So shout out to Inoue for all his accomplishments, but I think 26 is the cap. I think 22 is probably like his last elite weight. 26 he's fighting up, and shoot, if he clears out 26, he's a special fighter. Then he's a consensus number 1, and no doubt. But for him to clear out 26 and even get a few wins at 30, decent names, I mean, we're talking about Inoue in a whole different light now. Now we're talking about him, achieving greatness. Even though his resume is already extremely, not padded, but it's already extremely great. Like, he's accomplished a lot. Just imagine if he can beat champions at 26 and beat some names at 30. I'm not even saying champions at 30. Names at 30, coming from where he's coming from, that'd be great, man. He ain't no Manny Pacquiao, but that'd be some Pacquiao shit for real. And then obviously the dream fight. If I'm talking about 130, I'm talking about Tank Davis and Inoue. Tank Davis moving back down 1 weight class and Inoue going up 2 to meet Tank Davis. That's the only way that fight happens in my mind. I don't think Tank Davis can come down to 26, and Inoue go up 1. It would have to be Inoue going up to 30 and Tank Davis moving down to 30. But it's a dream fight. It's a fantasy fight at this point because of where the guys are at in their careers. I just don't think it's attainable. Tank hasn't fought at 130 in so long, but I feel like Tank can probably make 30. He never, he doesn't blow up anymore. He is more disciplined. times have changed. I think he could probably make 30, but I just think the two guys are just on different ends of their careers right now to where that fight's not aligning. You know, we don't even know if an Inoue is going to go to 126. You know, they're saying Inoue will go there, but not till December, so that's not till the end of the year. So yeah, I just feel like the Tank fight's like so far, it's a reach right now, and it'll be a reach, but I don't know, man. I don't know. But shout out to Tank.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing, and if it happens, it'll happen because of him. He'll make the move back down for Inoue, and that'll be a great fight, and that'd be something that I think we'd see Tank and Turkey El Sheikh.
Inside my heart, I want the fighters. I want to see the fighters.
That's why it'll happen. It'll happen because that man wants to see that fight happen. It won't happen for any other reason. But shout out to everybody for tuning in, man. Make sure you check out the Discord. I'll try to drop it in the description for y'all. And yeah, we're trying to build the community over here, get more interaction, and keep bringing this boxing, man. I really appreciate y'all for tuning in. Smash the like button on your way out, way in, and keep rocking with the boy, man. I love y'all.
Yeah.
Peace.
What? I will slap you if you don't move this car. I'ma slap you. I'ma slap you.